Why, hello. Ooh, I just went from 0 viewers to 4. Hey, everybody. Well, I got in here. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm giving people just a few minutes to kind of show up and whatnot. Maybe we'll go down and fight a couple extra battles, because why not? Let's not use mouse and keyboard for this. So I was sitting here getting ready for the stream to start, and I started up the game, and I'm just like singing along with the song. It's like this is quality content. Wow, we really did fight a lot of big battles last time. I forgot that Black Omen clears mostly. Don't necessarily want to get going like super fast because I want people to be able to see all of the... There's a big story arc right here. And I don't want people to miss it. But I also don't have anything else for you guys to watch while we wait. Can you go around here? No. Chrono says no. Hopefully everybody had good weekends. Anybody have any weekend stories while we're waiting for people to get here? Don't all volunteer at once. Alright. Maybe we will just get going. Can't wait for too terribly long. Alright. So if you guys remember right, we pretty much cleared Black Omen last stream. We came up and we fought everything but the last couple, and we'll see how... Am I healed? I am not healed. Let's go back and heal real quick. We will see how well the fights go, because these are very hard fights. And then it will automatically take me into the next iteration of the fight. So it'll be one fight after another, after another, after another. There's a little bit of dialogue here and there, but this is going to be a pretty fight-heavy stream, so I won't probably be talking a whole lot. And then, unfortunately, because this version of Chrono Trigger does not play nice with the streaming platforms, you can't see the cute little animation for the ending that we'll get. So, unfortunately. But we'll be able to see the traditional ending, which is still fun. And there'll be some dialogue and stuff, which will be nice. So, I never did really figure out what this was exactly. As a kid, it kind of confused me. I'm like, did they make clones of us? They never explain it, but they have all of your characters except for one. Oh, I should have looked up how to fight this. Because I don't remember any of these fights. I know what you have seen. It is your futures that slumber in this hall. Destiny in its essential form. All of the dreams that might have been, all the happiness and sorrow you might have known, your tomorrow, as it has been witnessed. The black omen transcends time and space, drifting through all and nothing, waiting for Lavos to awaken. Destiny has led you here, and here you shall remain, unless you can defeat me and bring down the omen. There is no future for you. Oh, she's just gonna stand there? Oh, did we... Oh, okay. I had to hit a button, apparently. Come, children. Lavos slumbers. I will guide you into the depths of his dream. Did I say dream? I meant, of course, his eternal nightmare. She is real mean this fight. Real mean. Hit points go to 1. For the whole thing. That's why you have to have somebody with a group heal. Because she's super mean. Whoa! Hey, madam. What you doing? We are doing our end battle here. That wasn't so bad. What we're gonna do is this, and we're gonna do this. She will take you down to 1 hit point pretty much like every other turn or so. So you don't want to be healing a ton, if I remember right. If we die, we die. We'll try it again. But Falcon Strike is doing some pretty good damage. Doggo sitting before Tex-Mex. I wish I was doing fun things. I just work now. See, she does that a lot. I think the next hash thing I'm going to is the Quad Cities Red Dress run. Ooh. Surprised that didn't kill her. I don't know if we have any other hashers in here. AK on is probably doing Red Dress run for Quad Cities as well. Ooh, we beats her. When in doubt, Falcon Strike it out. Ugh, my powers don't seem to work here. Ha, but I've a better idea. I can feed you to the Mammon Machine. You'll be made one with the Omen, Lavos, and me. Okay, crazy lady. We should probably Slurp Kiss, because I do not remember the Mammon Machine's moves at all. Let's do Cleave. Madam, did you see that I put you on my list of recommended channels? Don't have anything official after Tex-Mex. Do you have any red dresses that you're doing? hate to be repetitive, but I mean, why mess with success? Because it hits real hard. If you attack with Frog, just attack with him. I believe it reacts with the Mammon Machine because remember that they're made from the same red stone. Let's just attack just to show you that. I think Mass Immune absorbs the energy. It doesn't give you much of a heal, but it does give you a heal, which is interesting that they thought about that kind of stuff. I love this game. Yeah, hearts. Hash love. Releases stored energy. Oh my. That's just how it goes sometimes. The Mammon Machine remains still. Point flare. I hope I equipped everything I was supposed to. I don't remember, to tell you the honest truth. Deserts in the summer. I should come down. It's so hot down there, though. Be nice to get out of the cold right now, though, let me tell you. It's all snow and ice and terribleness right now. Ooh, fun. Yeah. We had a really hot, I went to Mink one year, a couple years ago, and it was really hot. And I got super sick afterwards. I picked up, I was like swiping at my face because I was sweating profusely. And we weren't even on deer trails. We were running just through forest. And it was so incredibly hot and there was mud everywhere. So your feet were getting stuck and you're just pulling your feet out. And it just made it all the worse. But I fell a couple of times into like mud, obviously. And I'm still swiping at my face with my mud covered hands. And I ended up with norovirus. I got put in the hospital. Yeah. Good times. I can't remember what year that was. Maybe, shoot, 2017. Maybe 2018. You had tornadoes yesterday? I hope everything's okay. Jeez. You maggots. I am the queen who shall rule for all eternity at Lavos' side. You will not stand in my way. So this is a hard fight. The first ones are kind of like softball fights compared to this one. So, but we have to remember to steal from her. Ugh. Our weather has been awful. We actually lost power at the hospital because of an ice storm last night. It was really scary. And then the backup generators had an issue, and so if we would have had anybody on ventilators, it would have been bad. But we didn't, and oxygen is, we do have oxygen-dependent patients, but they're all hooked up to the oxygen, which is a pneumatic system apparently. I didn't know that. I was panicked when we lost our generator power. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never been prepared for this. So, yeah. But that stuff does happen, and we have to plan and prepare for it, and you know. Hi, Phantom. Queenly gifts she can give. They are too. Ooh, they're the best. I think it's from her hands. We'll find out. Indulge in such arrogance in the next life. Boshi! I haven't seen you in a while. Pretty good. I was just talking about the joys of being a nurse. We had power failure, and normally not a big deal. you have to work rain or shine, so it's not really surprising. But our generators failed. Prismatic dress! This fight is pretty hard. Let's go ahead. Here, 2. But I'm kind of panicked. You'll be fine. It'll be okay. Right now, they are very short-handed. You will not have trouble finding a job. I promise you. No matter where you're at in the whole country, you will not have trouble finding a job. Prismatic helm. MP Buster. Gosh darn it. She just stole all my MP. We want Ayla. We're gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna slurp kiss to get everybody back up. One director wants to talk, but yeah, I can see where that would give you anxiety. But I believe in you. I think that you'll do just fine. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's see. How do we want to play this? We can do... I believe we can start... Cannot remember how to fight her exactly. Let's go ahead and... You know what? We stand by our slogan. When in doubt, Falcon strike it out. Okay, so that isn't the best plan because that one MP. One does an MP Buster. So let's go ahead and. I think the hands heal though. Do you guys remember? Oh, that's right. She has no mana because she used MP Buster on her. Let's go ahead and you will find that X Strike is one of the best things in the entire game. Does quite a bit of damage. Should have done this stuff sooner. This will make you feel a lot better. I didn't even decide that I wanted to be in medicine until about 30. Oh, and it's my brother. Thank you, I forgot. I didn't even plan on going into medicine. I kind of like reevaluated my life in my late 20s and I was like, I should probably do something. I don't know, I guess. And then even after I went back to school, it was not a smooth, easy path either. I did all of the prerequisites for medical school, which took 2 years. I shoved everything in, and I took my MCAT. I went to med school for a little bit. Decided that like, I was not doing well in the program. It was really, really hard on me. I put on like a ton of weight, and like I was trying to run off stress, and I was running like 50 miles a week trying to deal with the stress of just being in classes and stuff, and it was not for me. Got switched over. I was doing really well in my nutrition classes that I had at the med school, so they switched me over to their nutrition program, so I got a master's degree in nutrition. And then from there, I just happenstanced into nursing, and I went back to nursing school at like 29 maybe. And I've been a nurse now for, it took a couple years to get through nursing school, and I've been a nurse for like 5 years at this point. I was a farm tech for a couple of years. I was an ER scribe for a couple of years. I was a hospital pharmacy tech, which is very different than a retail pharmacy tech, for a couple of years. Like, I've done all kinds of things. And outside of healthcare, I've been like a dog groomer. I've worked as a gymnastics teacher. I've done all kinds of things. So don't think that you're behind by any means. The time will pass anyway. Just do what you can with it. Let's do Thunder Chomp. Nope, nope. Just your face. I'm glad. You're a dog groomer? I did not know that. It's not a bad job. It was hard on my back. I'm not a very big person. I did know that, actually. I saw your post. I forgot that I did see a post about you grooming dogs on your Discord. Now that I stop and think about it for like 5 seconds, instead of just opening my mouth and letting words fly out. You're welcome, Boshi. Yeah, me too. We can be lower end of average size together. We're not short. We're average size, just on the bottom rung of it. Yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah, and if I had, I don't know, I found dog grooming while I was going to nutrition school. So it was a weird way back into to being a dog groomer. But yeah, like, I did that for a couple of years. I liked it okay. I miss it sometimes because the dogs are, like, I miss working with animals, but at the same time, I don't miss getting those dogs that, like, people don't take care of and stuff, because I worked at kind of a low, I don't want to say a low income place, but, like, it was a cheaper place to come, and, like, it was supposed to be like it was a family run thing, and they wanted everybody to be able to afford to come, where I had my my table. So I ended up with a lot of people who couldn't afford to get their dogs groomed very regularly, and sometimes through neglect, sometimes through, you know, just people being embarrassed or not having the money or whatever. I'd get these dogs and they're like matted, like, you know, chin to tail, and they're bleeding underneath some of the mats, you know, and it was hard in its own right too. I don't know if maybe you're in a better spot than I was. If you work at a really good place or do it just for friends and family and stuff like that, it's a little better, but I had a really hard time with that. Let's go ahead. No, let's do... I have not been paying attention to this fight at all. Yeah. Yeah, you can't. It's a good job in that you get to work with dogs, and I think it's fulfilling, but it is good bonding time. Kitties too. I keep it right by my computer because my cats get up on my lap all the time. This is actually like the comb that I used for grooming, but they're long-haired cats. You guys have probably seen them. They're always around. And I brush my kitties probably Well, the one I brush every single day, but the other one is not as big of a fan, and he runs off and gets all grumpy and looks at me like I've betrayed him whenever I try to brush him. So he's less frequently, but I do get after him. Yeah, I think it's just part of the job, which is sad. I mean, you get that in healthcare too. Sometimes you see people that just aren't taken good, like either haven't been taken care of, either elder abuse. I can't work with kids. There is a very specific reason I do not work with children, and it is because I do not. Nope, I can't see like abused children and stuff like that. It's just too much for me. So, it's just not where I want to be. So I work with older people, but occasionally you will still find people that are actually abusing their elders, and it's just, I can't imagine, but it happens. I've gotten to file paperwork on it. Yeah. This must be Chrono. So let's go ahead and time to jump. Just the face, please. She looks vaguely upset by that. I remember being, oh, stop that. I remember being absolutely, and then she kills somebody. Let's do... We gotta bring... Let's bring Frog back. We've got both people up, I think. We'll use a... We've got him. Why not? Let's use a Mega Elixir. They see animals. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine. People were surprised because I was so focused on animals. I grew up with a lot of animals. And people were actually really surprised that I didn't go into veterinary school. But, I know better. I know what veterinarians see. I know, because we've always had a ton of animals, we spent a lot of time at the vet when we were kids. You know, we'd find some lost kitten and they'd be, you know, sick and need to be spayed and all that stuff. So we'd take them to the vet and we'd get them fixed and get them shots of antibiotics and stuff. And I know what they deal with, and I wanted no part of that. Yeah. I've had that too. They're like, I brought this dog in so that you could brush it out. And I'm like, I'm not brushing this dog out. I will rip its skin. I do not blame you. You are the smarter of the two of us. I have a ridiculous amount of school debt. If I did it all over again, I might do the nursing route right away if I had it to do all over again. But I would also consider doing something like electrician work and like specializing in technology or something like that. Or I would have done, I'm old enough to where I did have the option to be kind of on like the ground floor of the computer science like wave. But coding and stuff wasn't that interesting to me. I do look at some of the informatics jobs for nursing, and I think that I could probably do that, but your 3 months of not brushing cannot be brushed out in a day. Correct. And not only that, it's gonna hurt them. It's gonna tear their skin, and like, I mean, you gonna pay me for 8 hours of brushing your dog and causing them pain? Yeah. I hate that nonsense. I don't miss that part. Let us... 3D attack is to everybody, right? Hit an enemy. Let's see if 3D attack only hits her. It only hits her. Let's see. 3,900. Yes. Yes, my pretties. We're not gonna Falcon Strike. We could probably Drill Kick. I believe that's one. Let's see how much that does. Not as much. My brother is not telling the truth. He has no dogs. All of the dogs are my mom's, and he does not brush them. Not even with another dog. Let's see. Can we do... Let's go ahead and do one more. Let's do a Slurp Kiss real quick. And then we'll do... Leave. We beat her. I used to love this view. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. It was Super Nintendo graphics at their best. Crisco. Just gonna Crisco up this dog. Alright, there you go. The dog slides out of your hands because she's Crisco'd up. People are so weird. Yeah. I bet. Ugh. How dare you, vermin, hound my steps? Oh, almighty Lavos, lend me your power. Dun dun dun. My brother does have this adorable chonky cat. He is amazing. His name is Pee-wee. He is the softest cat you will ever feel. Oh, I bet. Do you have a dryer for him at all? Do you use like your own, like a hair dryer on him or anything? Mwahaha. At last, Lavos stirs. Before him you are grist before the wheel, but I shall obtain. No, I said it right the first time. Attain immortality. Pamela Anderson. There was a meme the other day with somebody who had named their, like, they had to put up a baby gate for their turtle because the turtle kept trying to get down the stairs and they were worried that she'd get hurt. And her name was Jennifer Slopez. I laughed at that for like 10 minutes. It was ridiculous. It was very ridiculous. So let's see if she's obtaining immortality or if she just gonna die. Yeah, they don't normally. They have to get used to him. Some of the dogs that were regularly groomed got to like the dryers, but most of them don't like them. So this is probably the is only the second time you guys have seen this animation, but remember when we watched in 1999, there was a screen that we could watch the end of the world when Lavos emerges. So it forces that. So now... Oh, he's just a little guy. I think you posted pictures of him. I'm pretty sure, a little fluff. On Garrett's server, Discord server. Lavos enters attack mode. So, interestingly enough, it's going to go through all of the bosses that you fought. It's got like this weird... And you can prepare for each of these battles. Let's check our inventory, or our equipment really quick, because I did not do that before. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, so this first one is the first big battle we did, the dragon tank. Remember, Chrono got thrown into jail, and we had to fight our way out. 4 pounds and 1 ounce of terror. Oh, that's so cute. These first guys you can attack. I can't remember left hand. Because you're gonna kill them in like one go. Because they have the same hit points as their originals. Lavos changes attack modes. Now this was the robot we fought when we went down to the food stores in the future. And this is another one. It's so early in the game that we can probably just attack our way through it. They do 5 damage. He would start counting down, but I doubt he'll make it that far. Breakdown. Lavos changes attack modes. So that's Hecarim. When we came back through time, we had to go through Hecarim's cave to get back where we needed to go across the continents. We came out in Medina Village and we had to go across so we had to use Hecarim Cave. And he likes magic, so you're not gonna do a whole lot with... Was he just magic? Can't remember for sure. Guess we'll find out. Can't remember. Let's go ahead and use lightning. We'll just attack with her and see what happens. Yeah, so notice how much less she did. Hecarim can only be hit with magic. So we're gonna use lightning rod once and it'll probably end him. This used to be Spire in the old version. I don't know why they renamed so many of the spells. It's very confusing. Now we're Zombor. We fought Xenon Bridge to help keep the... in 600 AD, we fought Xenon Bridge. Fought at Xenon Bridge to defend it. And I can't really remember. I think you have to attack this guy with magic too. I can't remember. These little guys you can just push right through because they just don't have the hit points to stand up to you. Bro, not cool. Changing attack modes again. So that's Mass Immune. When we went up the mountain. We're gonna go ahead and heal at least part of Ayla's magic. She won't need much because she has a golden stud. Because we stole all those golden studs while we were in the Black Omen. You can... We could actually ignore this probably, but what we're gonna do Let's do Bubble Burst real quick. Just to do something different so that you guys can see some other stuff. You have to use that in order to just attack these guys. Yeah. They do have a charge thing that you have to normally use the wind spell for to, like, clear it. We're getting up to people who are a little tougher, though. So that's Nizbel, when we went back to 65 million BC. And Nizbel, like the other dinosaurs, does not like lightning. Defense lowered by electric shock. Let's try Thunder Chunk. Well, there's the electric discharge, but it shouldn't do much. 11. Oh, that's Chrono. Oh no, that's what we want. So now they're starting to last a little longer. So pretty soon we're gonna have to stop ignoring the enemy's mechanics. Now we're doing Magus. Now we're at a disadvantage. We could change up our team here if we wanted to make it a little easier, but I'm not going to. Face up, face down, attack or defend. So ice, so water will work. Barrier change, fire. We don't have anybody that does fire, so we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. I love that Phantom sings in my chat. He is fire currently, so let's just attack him with Mass Immune. And we'll attack him with her. That should barrier change. Shadow. We don't have anybody that has Shadow either. So we're gonna attack again. Barrier change. Lightning. Perfect. We probably should have brought the right people. Oh well. Let's do... I'm partial to Lightning Rod. Spire. You gonna let me do that again? Lavos begins casting a spell. Okay, so now we can use anything we want on him. Let's use X-Strike. And our favorite. Ayla is always right or else smash. Lavos changes attack modes. Black Tyranno with Azalea on her shoulder. I don't know. I always assumed it was a she. I'm not really sure if it was. Do I have to use... I might have to use magic on her. Lavos is the Shaman King. Lavos... So, it's interesting that they, like, have you fight all of your past enemies. I think it's supposed to, like, symbolize somehow that you're interwoven with, like, history and you're reliving your history or something. I'm sure it's very profound. I'm a little too dumb to understand exactly what they were going for, but... Holy smokes! Did you see that? Since we got him, let's go ahead and slurp kiss him. Stop that! Don't kill him! That's right. But I always thought that it was a really strange... It's a cool idea, because remember that this game is like built around time travel and stuff like that, and the fact that they make you relive. It's symbolic of a boss rush. My brother is helpful. I think that it's symbolic. I think that it's like a symbol that you were always the only thing that could go against Lavos, like it's fate. And so, like, when you fight Lavos, you have to kind of, like, relive all of the stuff that you've done. I mean, yes, probably it's just a boss rush, but I have decided that it's symbolic. Let's just fucking try. Okay, so now she's gone. Lightning Rod works really well on the Black Tyranno. Maybe it does not. Can we charm Lavos in this one? Let's find out. Enemy has nothing to give but gratitude. He was like, that sure was a nice look at that alluring top. That does pretty good damage. Yes, we understand. You're very upset. Notice that Chrono's getting kind of low on his MP. Yes, we understand. Right? Gratitude? Unacceptable. Yeah, that did next to nothing. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, triple kick only caught since she's got the golden... Let's triple kick it. Not bad. That hurt a lot. Also notice that the music, like, loops around into, like, it suggests, like, different time periods and stuff, and then comes back around to the main bad, like, it's that, this part. where it's very Lavos-like. Like, that's the main part of the song, but it does, like, hit on other songs throughout the game. So I still think that it's symbolic, regardless of what my brother says. Drum kick. Sure. 282. She's only got 35 mana left. Cat attack. Whoa. Alright. Who next? Oh, man. This guy's real mean. Oop. Frog's still fine. Oh shoot, we did not equip what we needed to. Hopefully we'll be alright. Yeah, we'll be great. Guess what we're gonna do? Falcon Strike is so ridiculous. It's so hard. Commencing repair of parts. That's alright, we got another one for ya. Oh my gosh. We hit like trucks. It's amazing. Okay, so that's the last one you have to do. You don't have to redo the Zeal ones or any of the Black Omen stuff. You do, however, want to make sure that you're healed for this fight because it is much different. We still have potions. Look, all the capsules that I didn't use. The tabs. Mid-ether. I guess everybody's magic is. Let's go ahead and give one to Chrono because he does a lot of dual attacks. And let's go ahead and give mid potions. Austerity, imperfection, and a sense of passage through time. They're too good to use! Phantom gets me. I just saved them. What if I need them later? Alright, so this is the first actual fight with a Lavos type thing, and he will hurt you. That normally casts lock, but we have nice things that protect us against that. And you know what they say. When in doubt, Falcon Strike it out. That's gonna hurt somebody real bad. Didn't do as much as I expected. pretty sure that's a saying. I didn't make that up. I didn't just start saying it. Nope. I'm pretty sure it was a saying before me. That was definitely a thing. Ooh, we should have put on the prismatic dress. Oh well. When you put on the prismatic dress, that didn't last long. So if you don't do all of the side quests and get all of the extra gear and stuff, that is a very hard fight. But Lavos lose, Ayla most strong. I cannot think this is the end of such a creature. Silent protagonist has no dialogue, so. Ayla, no lose! Ayla could practically do this fight herself. So this is the point of no return. If you want to go back to the end of time and do, like we could do the Black Omen since we started in the present time. We could go back and do the Black Omen in 600 and 12,000? Can't remember exactly. But Ayla throws sword, boy. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. But this is your point of no return, so this is the last fight. If you want to go back and do anything that you missed, or do some side quests, or whatever, this is your point of no return. Lavo smell gets strong. And it's a very unpleasant sound. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and push through it, I think. This has taken much less time than I expected, so we might actually, we can either work on doing some other endings, or we can, there's any number of things we can do. We can start a new game. If we want to keep it retro Sundays, I've got plenty of older games. I downloaded Shenmue. I know that some of my people really wanted to see Shenmue, and you know, where sailors hung out. You can do that. It's up to you guys. And there's nothing here. There's no other places to go. It's just a path. A very spooky path. Cyrus, stand with me in this battle. Ayla, no, lose! Wise words. Wiser words were never spoken. Laser beams. Arms open. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oof. More than I'd like to admit. Oh, this has multiple pieces too. I forgot about that. I believe you have to kill the arms before you can kill the rest of it. It is a good, like, it's very poignant. Remember where they came from, type of deal. Wait, wait. Yeah, that's fine. This is one of my favorite songs. Please stop hitting me with lasers. I feel like that's kind of rude. gonna say, that should take out at least one arm. I thought both, but maybe not. Doesn't change what we're going to do. Hey, stop that! Stop that. Disables status ailment immunity. So that is a big thing. We have been hiding under status protection. We have prismatic helms on everybody, and you get to rely on that. Let's go ahead and yeah, we're still okay. God, I love this music. So now, I think Frog is stopped. Dark Will. I think that does something to them too. Oh, it makes him crazy. Great. Well, now he's just poisoned. I think he'll be fine. Oh wait, he needs to be attacked? Oh no, it's just that his arms were there. And they'll come back. Oh my gosh. Woo! Raises Lavos' attack. Great, because he needed that. We're gonna go ahead and Slurp Kiss. And we'll have Chrono do something on his own. Frenzy costs 12. Let's do Cleave. You have to keep up your hit points against this guy because he will surprise you and then you'll die. That's why I'm holding Frog's turns a lot of times, if you notice. I'm not having him do a lot of attacking. Chrono's crazy again. Holy smokes. It's scary when Chrono is... because he will hurt a person. Panaceas. So that's poison. We're not as worried about that. Come on, Chrono. Flames of War. Sounds very dramatic. I wish I had theme music for my life, and I wish that it was this. I would just listen to this all day. Did his arms not come back? I might be thinking about something else. That's so much. That's so much damage. Stop that. We're still okay. at the end. What manner of evil is this? It looks to possess the strength of every bird and beast ever to have lived upon this earth. That must be the reason it is here. Yes, and in its sleep it hoarded what it gleaned from all our progress. Such a vile being. We do not live for your ends. Ayla, no run. Hate lose. Hate run more. Murderer. We will not be used by the likes of you. Ayla, no lose. This Ayla home. Not Lavos home. Lavos lose. Spooky music! I don't know why I can't get comfortable today. Could just be because I wiggle around too much. Lavos core is defending. Temporal shifts do something, but I can't remember exactly what. Maybe my brother can chime in and tell me. So, oh, this is gonna hurt a lot. A lot. Happy Sunday! Sunday fun day! Just switches the attacks he uses. Falcon strike this jerk. We've been practicing this a lot lately. This is why, part of the reason why I end up using this team a lot is because Falcon Strike... Meow. Falcon Strike is a great way to hit all three of them. And it does a lot of damage. If you've done all of the extra stuff to get, like, a rainbow and the prismatic spears and all that stuff. Or glasses. I don't know where spheres came from. This is such a cool spell. I mean, it sucks, but look how pretty it is. Look at all those effects. You'll kill that guy pretty quick. We'll try to catch random status ailment. Well, defense restored. We should have just done Slurp Kiss. It restores status too. Didn't think about it. Would have done a 2-for-1. Such snappy music. Can't remember how much this one does. Not too bad. We're gonna Falcon Strike him. Try to keep our hit points up as best we can. Oh, you think that's all, don't you? Because it's the center one. Fooled you. And guess what? He brings them both back at the same time. We wouldn't want to seem like we have, like, a fair chance or anything. That guy will go down pretty quick each time. But, ooh, that might hurt a lot. Yes, it hurt a lot. What? It's my favorite sound effect ever. Just keep beating on him forever. It takes a while. She is tough enough. She'll probably be okay with just heal. We can keep fighting. Spell it with an I. Sword boy. Ow. It wasn't very friendly. I hate that scream. It's super creepy. Lavo's hype! Hey, Zach! You're gonna have to let us know, what you want to do, because we're only like an hour and this will probably take another, I don't know, 20 minutes. So we'll have some time left, so we can either do another, like, ending, or... So be thinking about what you want to do. Let's go ahead and just have him heal his magic. Yeah. Because this we'll have our ending here. This is the last part of a very long set of boss battles that we fought all today. So we're gonna finish way before the 4-hour mark, so we can either just call it a night, we can do Shenmue, we can do more... Stop that. Oh, at least it did Chrono again. Hello! How do I say your name? Orcus Pocus? I think? 12? Welcome! We are just finishing up Chrono Trigger here. Yeah, we can definitely work on... I'm not sure, since this is a single... We didn't do a New Game Plus beforehand, and the like, true ending is super hard to get without at least doing a couple of rounds of New Game Plus. Yeah. But, I mean, I can try. I have a prismatic dress and prismatic helms for both of them. I could certainly give it a shot, but it's a rough go. Yes. The one before this, it's used in some other boss battle that I can't think of right now, but it's so good. And I said that I wanted it to be my my real life theme music. Let's see. Let's do another Falcon Strike. Everybody's magic is okay for now. That should kill our one guy. So now, Lava's Core is defending. Oh. So now it's lowered its defenses, and what are we gonna do? We're gonna do a 3D attack on this jerk. It resurrected them as it came through, so they're gonna do a 3D attack on the wrong one. At least that one's gone, though. It is. It's super fun. We're gonna go ahead. He still hasn't done a lot of damage. It's fine. Ayla, how'd you get so fast? So fast. We should have hit on that guy harder because his defense was still down. He's your main actual bad guy. You think that it's going to be this main center guy, but if any of them are left up, they will resurrect the other ones, so. Yeah, it does. Go ahead and toss another one at him. Just to make sure. Good time for Falcon Strike. We were very prepared for that fight. BRB getting tissues! Dolphin squeal! So this is the main ending. This is what, like, if you do all of your side quests and stuff like we did, this is the ending you'll get. Chrono. You, wake up! Get your wretched body out of bed! Your stay of execution has been withdrawn. You will accompany us to the castle now, where we will carry out your sentence. This is a weird start to an ending. I don't understand. We've been searching high and low for you, Crono. Where did you take my daughter? Daddy, no! Chrono hasn't done a thing. My daughter says Chrono has done nothing. What do you think of that, Chancellor? Because Chancellors are so good to us in this entire game. If I may speak freely, Your Grace, I think your daughter is quite clearly delusional. Chrono's deeds have impacted the entire kingdom. The Chancellor too? What's the matter with you? It's not like you were a monster twice before. Please listen to me. There's a reason I've been gone. You see, we had to... Save the future? What? You have saved the future and taught us what it is to have hope. You defeated Magus's troops and restored peace in the realm in the year 600. Kino even came. Chrono beat Reptites. Is this Lucas music? Starts holding out tissues. What's going on here? Why are you all here? It is Lucas music. Luca, you brought them here, didn't you? You're in good company. You undertook quite a daunting mission. These past and future members of our line told me all about it. Members of our line? You mean these people are all my ancestors and descendants? Here I was fussing about rules where you were off protecting our kingdom and the life of the entire planet. I believe a victory parade is in order. Tonight we celebrate you, the hero who saved the world. Now, Nadia, why don't you go and enjoy the last night of the fair? We're heroes, guys. Come along with Crono, our hero. Come along with Princess Nadia, home safe at last. May Gardia prosper for another 1,000 years. Let the Moonlight Parade begin. There's balloons. Dancing ladies. More balloons. I believe that's Crono's mom there. Melchor. More little girls giving us hearts. All of the Christmas lights. Speaking of which, I need to get mine down. Now you get to run around. Ooh. Princess Nadia, you look beautiful. No, don't get me wrong, honey. You look good too. That was the dude? You gonna be in trouble when you get home? This is fantastic. I can't believe it! They say you saved the world! But still, I do wish you would spend a little more time around the house. It's terribly troublesome having no one around to look after the pets. Remember your cat? You've got a cat at home. He's adorable. So this is Luca's mom and dad? Honey, don't just be a sack of potatoes. Dance with me! And we saved her legs so that she actually can dance. Oh, Crono, the king says you saved the future. To think, my daughter's own best friend. Wait until I tell my friends. Yeah, sure. I don't suspect there will be much need for weapons anymore. My days as a smith may be at an end. But looking up at the beautiful sky, it's hard to be worried about something like that. They block you in, so you can't really do a whole lot. And not everybody will talk to you, but... Oh, that's right. If you run through the middle, you get dancing ladies. And then you can bounce them around. Okay, I'm done. Alright, let's go here. More dancing ladies! Hooray, more dancing ladies! They explode for some reason! I don't think there's anything over here. See, they blocked all this off so that they can corral you. Can't go beat up Gato either. His name is Gato. He has metal joints. Beat him up and earn 15 silver points. Well, everyone, this is it. The time of parting is upon us at last. The gate is growing weak now that Lavos is gone. We've got to say our goodbyes before the gate closes for good. You're all leaving? Chrono's strong. Marty's strong too. Ayla, have fun. You're my distant ancestor, so you better have strong, healthy kids, or I'll be in trouble. So, in case you didn't catch it, Ayla is her great grandma. Heh, no worry. Ayla, much energy. That's so suggestive for a children's game. Yeah, she does. Wait, what did you mean by that? Dino dumb. Ayla, go now. Oh, bye, Ayla. The paradoxes don't matter here. Nope. Well, listen, I don't know what that would equal out to. You'd probably divide it by, like, I don't know, 25 or something, and then... unless they give presents. Exuberant folk, and to think we may have descended from them. Well, your majesty, Queen Lane awaits. We, too, should take our leave. Frog. I've always felt farewells were best kept brief. You're right. Who needs words? Maybe she's got a crush on Frog. Ah, you know it's a happy ending when the princess kisses the frog. Dramatic pose. So, you're going to search for Scala? I was never your friend. Walks off angrily. Luca, I will keep working hard in the future. What's wrong, Luca? Aren't you going to say goodbye to Astley? So you realized. Realized what? Astley was born in a bleak future. When we defeated Lavos, we changed history. The world will never be ruined now. Astley may not exist in the new future. Do not be ridiculous. The new future will certainly have a place for me. Darn it, Astley. Don't pretend like you don't care when you're really sad. It just makes things worse. I'm gonna tell this robot how he feels. You are the one who taught me to consider the feelings of others in that manner, Luca. I am grateful for that. $19.99, $2,100, not necessarily. Right? Am I making that number up? Isn't it 2,100? So there's 100 years there, unless he was built 100 years before. That's pretty fair. The world is ruined. Let's ship out some new robots. But it did seem like they were still making them at the factory, like that the factory kept going on its own, maybe? I don't know. That is a good point, though. I didn't think about that. Goodbye. Caution. Oil has occluded my vision sensors. Sight diminished. Do you remember that talk we had? You mean about whether our lives flash before flash by before we die? Yeah, I get the feeling that entity is finally at rest too. Yes, I feel it too. It's awfully easy to mess things up traveling through time. We should probably dismantle the room, shouldn't we? We'd never be able to see the others again, though. Oh, you naughty thing, come back here! See, Chrono, pets run away when you don't feed them. Hey, come back here! Wheel? Oh no! Crono, that gate will never open again! Well, looks like we have no choice but to go after them. Kitty and Mom are going on an adventure. I think that that should be the second part of Chrono Trigger, is like Chrono's mom and the cat. I don't know, fighting their way through Magus's castle or something. Go after them, but the gate's already. Luca, you don't mean... We still have a time machine. Nya-ha-ha-ha! Nya-ha-ha-ha! Oh, there you are, Princess. His Grace is looking for you. Did he fall into a time gate, too? I guess I'll talk to my dad. I'm happy, you know. There's no reason for you to be running off anymore. Actually, I have a gift for you, Nadia, to commemorate this day. It was very heavy, so I tied a bunch of balloons to it so I wouldn't have to carry it. This is Nadia's bell. It will ring out across the land. Pretty, isn't it? Kitty goes to the gate. Remember Ozzy's fortress? Oh, maybe that's Chrono's cat. Nadia, could you and... Where did everyone go? Could someone please help me? Thanks for the gift, but I have places to be. That would be amazing. Right now. Whew! Made it just in time. Shall I fire off some fireworks? No, Tabin. Actually, I could use your... Fireworks time! Yay! That is an adorable theory on the cat. Right now. I'm sure there's all kinds of theories. This game is really well loved and old, and there has been plenty of time for fan fictions and all kinds of different things. And then there's also Chrono Cross, I guess. Man, that's pretty. It's not at all like what the world looks like when you're flying over it, though, if you remember. That's like way too much land. But it looks real pretty. Go. So that was Robo and Atropos, Kino and Ayla, Glenn and the King and Queen. Magus just hanging out, being cool, because that's what he does. fly. Wish I could fly. Maybe I wouldn't be so afraid of heights if I could fly. Can't remember if there's anything else in this ending. And then, unfortunately, you guys can't see the extra, whatever you call it, animation at the end. There is one, but you guys can't see it. Wiki page of Chrono Trigger. There's quite a lot of cats in this game. Arrow! Thanks for the resub! There's no dogs, it's all cats. If I remember right. Okay, I don't really want to sit through all of this. Can I get through this? Can I do a thing? Can I? We might not have a choice. Can we? No? Well, so, did you guys have a good weekend? No. Yeah, it would. It would make perfect sense. Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. I guess it wasn't that long. The end. Yeah, you guys won't be able to see that. Upgrade version. You should be ashamed of yourselves. So now we have a couple different places that we can visit for battles and whatnot. I've actually never seen any of that stuff, so... You can now visit the Dimensional Vortex. Ending number 1, Beyond Time. Clear count 1 time. Save completion data. Sure. Overwrite existing save data. Sure. That's it. Alright, what you guys want to do? By the way, the you can look it up on YouTube, but the scene that you miss is Crono and Meryl's wedding. You want me to really try this? Alright, we'll do it. Chrono. Chrono, are you still sleeping? All moms must be Northeastern. Come on, sleepyhead, it's time to get up. Dear me, I'd forgotten how beautiful Lean's bell sounds. "54 new game pluses in Vagrant Story? Holy smokes. I had done a handful on the Super NES, but I haven't really done much. I played an entirely new game for the stream, and I played an entirely new game for when I played through it with a friend of mine, and I don't believe that I had this version terribly long. So, and the first time that you play it, you have to play the original version, so. Geez, 54 times. Can't even imagine that. You must have been so excited about the Millennial Fair that you couldn't sleep last night, could ya? Gasp. The cat collection. I don't think I know about the cat collection. Well, you better not let that giddiness get you into any trouble. I want you to behave yourself today. Come on now. Get out of bed with you. It's about time. By the way, you're going to see... Oh dear, what's her name? That young adventurous friend of yours. That's probably a good idea. Are we gonna change any names this time? I think since it's a really quick one, we should probably just stick with regular names. I don't remember exactly where I have to do the... Yeah, we'll go with Luca. Oh, and a hydrate too. Thanks for taking care of your streamers. If you have 11 cats, the 11 cats jump in the portal with Chrono's mom. I remember it's at the fair somewhere, but that's about all I remember. It's different because you have New Game Plus or something. It's the opposite telepod, right? Like there's a sparkle or something that you can click. Do I remember that right? Yeah. Perfect. That's right, Luca. You're gonna stop by and see our new invention at the fair, aren't ya? Well, run along then, and be back before dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, Mom. Can I have money? Give me money. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your allowance, dear. Have fun at the fair. I'll be back, cat. I want to just make you meow. There we go. No, it's so cute. You can get the New Game Plus ending if you beat him at the Ocean Palace too. I'm not good enough at the mini games to earn enough to get him cat food. You have to get it through what's his name, Nordstein Beckler. Chrono, you're such a little tease I raised. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Oof! Alright. You guys have to promise not to laugh when we die. Because that's a very real possibility. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Uh-oh, my pendant. Oh no, my pendant. Don't tell me I lost it. It's up here. You weirdo. Come on. Oh, thank goodness, my pendant. I know it doesn't look like much, but it does have a lot of sentimental value. May I have it back? No. No. She just keeps looking for it. I don't know that I've ever told her no. Sure. Thank you. You must live in this town. I came to see the fair. Awfully boring wandering around alone, though, isn't it? Hey, why don't we walk around together for a while? Wouldn't that be great? Sure. Yahoo! This'll be fun! Says you. Oh! I never told you my name, did I? It's, we can leave it Meryl, or we can change it to Nadia, I suppose. But thou must! It's Meryl, and you're? Chrono. What a nice name. Well, pleased to meet you, Chrono. Come on, let's enjoy the fair. Can't remember all the things that you're supposed to do. It's the same according to a wiki, but wikis be wiki. Pepper Pig, we're still on our way. Let's go. You can eat that man's lunch if you want to. Don't do it, though. Let's go beat up Gato. Hi, bro. Be up and earn 15 silver points. Let's use something ridiculous. This is definitely what we needed. Surprise, we won! Oh no, I have lost, and it seems you've won. Here's 15 points. Now, wasn't that fun? Probably. I guess. Ooh. I'm real bad. No, I don't. Stop. Nope, nope. Old man! Should have eaten your lunch. Do I just come down and talk to this guy? Yeah. I hear Luca and her father have put together another crazy invention. I just hope it doesn't blow up again like the last one. They ought to be ready by now. They were setting up at the far end of the square. Oh, I want to see it! Come on, Chrono! I guess. Very excited. It's nice, I guess. Oh, there's nothing like a good fair. Say, have you heard the gossip? Yes. No, well, never you mind then. Just a minute, I want to get some candy. Wait, give me a second to choose. Hey, there's no need to drag me by the arm like a kidnapper. I never do this because it ruins it for the trial. Excuse me, I'd like one of these. Sure, young miss. Thanks for waiting, even though you really didn't wait, you big jerk. Which food coloring do you want? Best or worst first date ever? I don't know, I think it'd be pretty cool to be able to be like, I saved the world. Oh, I haven't been paying attention. This fantastic machine is the masterwork of my beautiful and brilliant daughter, Luca. Alright. Don't forget to change your... Yeah. I actually have to potty really badly, too, so I drank too many Diet Cokes before the stream started, so go ahead and take a break. I'm just gonna change over stuff, and then I'm gonna take a break of my own, get a fresh pop, go to the bathroom. Moonbeam armor. Prism spectacles, because they are OP. Wow. Prismatic helm. Prismatic dress. Now her magic defense is maxed out. And we will give her missing it? There it is. We'll give her a golden stud. You get to keep all of your equipment, but you do not get to keep your money. All of your equipment and levels stay, though. So I will be right back. Take a stretch. Go get yourself something to drink. And I will be right back. I actually remembered to unmute my microphone. I'm very proud. Give everybody a few to get back. Dallas, you want to come get on my lap? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up here. Can you get up? You gonna make me pick you up? Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on. Meow. I know. Don't let him go in the time gate. She doesn't even want to jump up on a chair. I don't think that she'll go through a time gate. The other one might. Can you sit down for me? If you just believe. This cat would do anything for scratches. Oh, did you zap yourself? I zapped you. Yeah. The comb is the best thing ever, and she loves it. But the other one, who needs the brushing worse, honestly hates it. Yeah? Dallas. Dallas. Yeah. Wait, I want more. Dallas, like the city in Texas. Indy came from Indiana, so his name is Indy. Friend of mine found him at an ice cream shop, and then I wanted another cat, and she was about the same size, a little bit older, but also he had to be declawed to be in the apartment complex that I was in. So she was front to clawed, about the same size, another little floof. So I ended up adopting her, like, almost, like, I met her one day and I was like, yep, I didn't plan on adopting a cat really today, but I'm gonna adopt that cat. And they're opposite. Huh. Thank you. I needed, yep. Yep. So they inadvertently both got named after cities. Do we need to do anything else? Why do I have... Oh, because we did that. I was like, why is my MP lower? Because we fought Gato. She's very sweet, and she loves people. Alright, so we're gonna go climb up on this platform and ignore Luca. Yes. And, they both were rescues, but they've been just, like, the best cats. And they both use the litter and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't have any trouble with them. Her fur is crazy, but, like, that's not really her fault. Like, she just sheds everywhere. Just turned into a cat stream. It's fine. It's better entertainment anyway. Ooh, it's green. I think this version is harder too. Like, isn't it? Am I wrong? It's been a long time. We're just gonna attack. We are going to... Cure costs 1, but Cure 2 costs 2, okay. Let's see if we can do it. It'll be a while. Should I do that or not? I did not super plan on doing this, so. Q2. I should have used all those tabs. Whatever they call them now. Capsules. Should have used all those on everybody to max them out. Does she have haste? Let's see if I got it. Stop that. That might kill her. That killed her. It's really hard to do it with just the two. Especially when your Meryl wasn't in your final party. Let's do... Do I have a high potion or something? Holy smokes, they both need it. Guess we'll just do... I'm not 100% that I have Oh, I do have haste. It's one of the early ones. We can certainly try. He's just so mean. I wish she had a cure, like a party-wide cure, but she doesn't. She never gets one. Just hit so hard. She's got both prismatics on. She's got a prismatic dress and a prismatic helm. Unbelievable. Does it give me a save point? We're in pretty deep. It doesn't give you a save point or anything. They're like, nope, you're on your own. I don't have any regular ethers left. Let's go ahead and use those capsules. Why not? Not in this version, there isn't. And then... max him out. Magic capsule. Restores question mark. I'm sure that that's good. Yeah, she's not going to be doing anything but healing anyway. I'm worried about the last form especially, because I don't have anything that hits all three of those guys, do I? Yes, remind me. I've never done this. I've never actually attempted it. Even when I played this a lot, I never did the two-person one. This must be Lavos. Okay, that's all we need to say, apparently. Actually, let's just attack this one. Waste her first. Hopefully I can get to him in enough time to heal. This This one is my favorite Lavo song. It might if it didn't take so much to hit them. Oop, shoot, I did that backwards. Because he's wearing the prism specs now, so that he can do a lot of damage for free. And Luminaire is 20 per cast. So even if I did have a golden one on him, a golden stud on him, it's still 5. Which is quite a bit. She's probably in more danger than he is. Yes, we do. That didn't do as much as I thought it would. Just out of curiosity, 3,000. That was a good move. What does it mean, body activated? That's alright, I haven't done any damage to the body yet. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That could be a problem. I don't think there's any way to undo that either. Ouch. I have no choice. Gee, Crono. Hopefully that will get her back. I think her haste fell. Does this one even have a name? It doesn't show anything. gonna be all crazy again. Stop hitting me, woman! That'll give her poison, that's fine. Chrono does have haste. He's still red. I think hers was cleared when I had stop, though. Not ice. Dandruff attack. He does look like he would have, like, bad dandruff and not shower. Do. I hate that I can't see if she's hasted or not because of her glow from her prismatic dress. Oh, at least you hit the right thing this time. A couple times. Good job. I believe in you, Crazy Marle. That'll poison her and knock her out. Dark Flames Embrace. Shadow Doomblaze. So this wasn't the one I was worried about. This is the one I'm worried about. I still got a cat on my lap for good luck. You can't see her, but she's a little fluff. Keeping my lap warm. It's humanoid. Could it have acquired the powers of every creature on this planet? Remember, left one first, then right one. Don't I want to do left one middle and then work on right? Because, well, either way. Could it have acquired the powers of every creature on this planet? This thing is the reason we're all here, all two of us? This planet is our home, and we're taking it back. Why does it clear my haste? Bro, why aren't you critting? That's gonna hurt a lot. Yep. That could have started off better. but I don't have... Mega Elixir won't revive. We might still be able to do it, it's okay. Oh, crap. That's the one that he does grand. He just hits so hard and so quickly. That will kill her. This takes most of his magic, too. Gonna have to... don't know if that slow overwrote her haste or not. That's the one thing that I don't like about the prismatic dress. Halves MP, or halves HP, we can do that. The other right one. Might as well. It'll take 20 at a time, or 12 at a time, I'm sorry. $2,400. I should have done Ice Sword. I guess he's still fine. You know what I am gonna do with her? For Grandstone. Oh, that's gonna be unpleasant. Oh, I have really good magic defense. Yes, kitty, I know. She's like, you're wiggling around. I'm trying to sleep on your lap. How rude. I don't like that it doesn't memory set your pointer, your cursor. I feel like I'm gonna attack the wrong thing a lot. There we go. That's better. Oh, she just barely made it through that. I'm gonna attack this guy and take him out. just redid my haste. Oh, it hadn't hit yet. I wish I had a protect for her, but I don't. Re-up his haste. This is such a pretty spell. So much easier with Ayla. It's not a super big deal to give up one turn to heal both. Nose is itchy. So that guy's gone. Oh no. She's crazy. I need to pay better attention to when the Lavos lowers its defenses, so we're gonna attack him like crazy. You couldn't have done a double there? No, I don't want this one. They're gonna use. She's dead. She's not. I am very surprised. Yes, go away from that one. Yeah, normally they're nice and don't do that, but we might have trouble. He should go down pretty soon. That was the wrong spell. Thirteen of them. It's fine. Well, I was thinking that I could get him down, but we're gonna have some trouble. can try it. I don't know how much damage it'll do, but I can try it. We'll do Frenzy instead, though. I haven't really been saving them, though. Like, here we will go ahead and use an elixir for her. Chrono will be fine, but she... It's a lot to think about. We can get a couple more hits before his defense goes back up. And we'll kill the other bit. I still have a cat on my lap, which helps. Lucky cat. Lucky cat, why aren't you keeping away the status effects? She's sleeping. Now she's slow. We are in a bad way. No, I think you're right. Stop it. She should be okay from that. Maybe not. Nope. hands are sweaty. Yeah, it was bad luck.
Truce! Direct impact on truce!
Oh, you guys probably haven't seen this yet.
Calm yourself. Give me a full status update.
Thanks.
Core, Chorus, Medina. They've all been destroyed! Director, we've got incoming! Evacuate to Shelter Dome. Director, sir, you must come with us. There's no time. Get moving. Yes, sir. Lavos.
So the director knows about Lavos somehow. In the end, the future refused to change. Alright. I might give that one more try, but... Whew. Here. Can you see the cat? I should let you guys watch the cat while I battle. Oh, sweet. I don't have to do the other one. She's just, like, entirely uninterested. She's melted across me. She's like, I'm trying to sleep, human. Did we do, the tabs and stuff right now? My hair looks funny. I hate that sound. It's spooky. Chrono didn't end up using any magic, so we'll just give all the magic to her. And then... where'd the other one go? Speed capsule. We'll give her 15 speed. I believe that's starred. Okay. I think that that's a solid set of equipment too. I don't think that there was really anything better that I could have done. The prism spectacles up his attack so much with the rainbow that... yeah, our problem was that we got so far behind. Cast slow and whatnot when we had both people. I don't know that I actually know. I should. The status effects really hurt, yeah. If you can get into like a flow, it's normally okay, but... this must be Lavos. Door opens doors to oblivion. Do this one first. just give him the rage band and let him go. Yeah, if there was a better way, like if it was something that you could kind of prepare for, you know, like I would know that for this fight it's always confuse and then poison. So I know that the one is going to hit the other one off. I know, Dallas. I'm wiggling. I hope you guys can hear the cat in the background. He really likes that attack. Hey guys, look at this cool thing I can do. We probably should have healed their magic a little bit, but that's okay. Bit late now since he disables status protection anyhow. You could give someone a haste helm, giving up some defense too though. Yeah. That is true though. Because I don't think it disables, well... It might just stack right on top of it though. The magic defense that it gives them though is pretty good. Although his magic defense is starred. I'm not gonna use Luminaire on this one. Oh, that was the wrong person. Yeah, I think it's shell. Shield is like physical barrier, I think. I don't know. That's all right. I haven't done any damage to that part yet. Take that, stupid hand. Take that, you stupid corn. Yeah. This one is a lot kinder with the status ailments. Even if I just had Luca for the second, she's gonna probably be crazy. Oh no. Maybe we'll get a better go next time. I wish they just let you touch up heal before you go into that last fight. They don't. evil dandruff. They both have no status immunity again. Give me a second. Did the haste carry over? I don't think it did, so I guess it's probably not the best use of my time to... Did you see she missed, so she giggled? I like that addition. It is. It's got so many... It was a lovingly created piece of art, is what it was. I tried on the Tuesday stream to do the Another Eden, which is supposed to be made by, like, the main storyline is supposed to be made by the same guys who did this. So, but it wouldn't work on stream. I was super, super bummed. So we played Mayhem instead, and I was real bad at it. Real bad. Now they get to shoot at one another. Please don't kill her. No, my good luck hat! Probably her first. My feet were cold anyway. Now let's do what we've been doing. Lavos has indigestion. See, this one is so much more containable. Like, I don't feel frantic during this fight. I'm a little curled in, but... If we're just this guy, then we can do it no problem, but... Yeah... Flames of war. So dramatic. I guess it's the end guy. They can be dramatic if they want to be. That might kill Chrono. chance to crit, and the last, like, 4 have been non-critting. Make that 5. Oh, shoot, that was the wrong person, but that's okay. Thank you. That's fine. Everything's always up on VOD too, so... Thanks for coming by, I appreciate it. It wouldn't be Chrono Trigger without you. Oh my, stop beating up Meryl. It's not very friendly. He should be getting close. Oop, wrong person. Oh. Poof. My heart rate went right back up. It's humanoid. Could it have acquired the powers of every creature on this planet? This thing is the reason we're all here. Yes, unsheathed sword sound. This planet is our home. And we're taking it back. Maybe. Stop beating me up, sir. That's a good idea. Especially considering we can't crit for crap right now. The king was like, nah. Nah, bro. I'd like to haste him, but I also don't want him to die. Yeah, I want to haste him, but I also don't want him to die between then and there, because it's hard to get a reset. If I'm lucky, I can do it. His defense is down. Check. Haste. both kind of low on mana. Okay, so his defense is restored. Now he's lowering it again. Frenzy. Check. Haste her. That's fine. I wonder if I should toss in on ice too. I wonder how much it does. Let's find out. Defense is restored, but he'll have to bring it right back down when he re-ups that guy. I hate that it takes over my pointer. It's like, you have no choice. Come on. This is Indy. Defense lowered. Can you lay down, buddy? Why are we? Don't want to stay up here? It's like you're not paying enough attention to me. Excuse me. Haste him again so that it doesn't fall. Yeah, he's your actual bad guy. We did it! That's the first time I've ever done that. It's always been a goal of mine. I'm glad that you guys really pushed us to try it. So excited! Good job! You reached the hardest ending. This is the Chrono Trigger development room. Take a walk around and hear what the team has to say. I hope you and all of the staff who worked on the game took something from it and will continue to grow and prosper no matter what the future holds in store. Come back to see me again once you complete your rounds. Kokubo and I've been practicing our anti-stress massages on each other instead of working. Shoulder massages shoulder. buddy. Can I talk to you? 1-4, 1-4, come on, 1-4. No, I lost again. Hi, buddy. What are you looking at, buddy? Did you hear me call you buddy? Trying to start something? Come on, bring it. Enter the door last. Come back here. Poseidon. It's not. I didn't realize these were all separate. Ah, yes, such a moving story in that 128th entry to the Chrono series. What? Oh no, this must be the wrong era. Ah, I love a good quest, don't you? Oh, I can't walk through that. Hi, Dalton. Sorry, it's a bad makeup day for Takashi Tokita. Hey out there in TV land, how are we doing today? It's me, Manabu Daishima. Let's all buy games, okay? None of this renting and borrowing stuff. Oh, thank you, 1994. What did you think? I hope you had a good time. See you in another game. Congrats on finishing the game. Why don't you spend some time outside tomorrow? Listen, bro. Don't judge how I live my life. I can live on Diet Coke and Banana Twins for days. I don't have to go outside. It's cold out anyway. You don't know what time it is. The jet bike race program's high score was 2,110. Bet you can beat that. I've lost 22 pounds working on this game. Thanks for playing. Are you a girl? Why do you need to know? It's none of your business. Did he not believe me? Oh, okay. Super weird. Oh. Okay. Look closely and you'll appreciate the little details on the monsters. Like here, check out the shadow on this guy's sword. See it? Yes, we love your details. Oh, I didn't talk to Flea. Ever since I started growing out my hair, I've been getting a lot of attention from guys. I can't believe it. Nothing wrong with that. No judgment here. Hey, they promised to name this game Hoshino Trigger. What's the sparkle? 3, 2, 1, reset. Just joking. I don't know how I knew that was a thing, but I did know that was a thing. Well done. That's all you got to say to me? Thanks for playing Chrono Trigger all the way to the end. Here, have a kiss to remember it by. That's a very adventurous kiss. Can I do something about this guy? Please feed me, I'm starving. Did we? If you thought this one was tough, you should get a load of Final Fantasy IV. No, thank you. Not right now. Busy. Shh, I'm in the middle of something good here. By the toilet. So tired, but so hungry, one thing at a time. Zzz. That's me. If I'm tired and hungry, I'll just go to sleep. I don't care. Legendary Programmer 29 seeks that special someone. Not quite hero material, but still the stuff of legend. Waiting for those cars and letters. Wait, what? What's going on? Did it? remember all this stuff. Let me kill this guy, I guess. Wow, that was a dramatic ending. You didn't get to the Saga Frontier dev room until the remaster this year, though. Or last year, rather, yeah. Why did I have to beat up all those people? I'm kind of confused. Oh, this has auto run on. I hate it. Oh, it all sounds very sad. I've been working 24 hours a day. Sorry, I work 12. Love was in the air, but then the engines cut out. I'm the consummate professional. Alright. Man, that was a long haul. I got my first gray hair working on this game. Lost weight, too. Game development is stressful. Do you think there will be a sequel? I'm pretty sure. That'd be nice, huh? Ayla! Boom! 9,999 damage. You do! How was the art? I had a blast working on it. It was fantastic. That's a pretty good costume you got on there, kid. Wait, it's really you, isn't it? Sorry, thought you were just a cosplayer. Don't judge me for what I do in my... No storm lasts forever. Even eternity must come to an end. I think. Can I not go anywhere else except for this guy? To the Ayla room? Okay. Stop it! Stop bouncing! This way, this way, this way. Oh, the pot, yep. I cut every cold that's gone around this year. Achoo! Hey, I know you've gotten strong, but don't achoo, go picking on my monsters now, you hear? What you guys got to say? I'm just a map design noob, but my dad's a pro gamer. He pwns noobs at the arcade. Oh my gosh, how old? Well, now it's my turn to set off on a journey to see what the world holds in store. I wonder if I shall ever return. Okay, bye! You want buggy map repaired. 10 million gold ought to cover the cost. Congratulations, did you have a good time? Yes. I'm just happy to have been able to work on this game. How do I get out of the center? Nope. Wait, did I already do that one? Did you see the little character animations on the world map, Ribbit? There's Luca reading a book. Chrono, all in a rush. Know what I'm talking about, Ribbit? Yes, I did. Hehe, the Tyranno layer? Yep, it was my bright idea to put the switch in the mouth. Sorry about that. You're forgiven. Oops, did I forget to insert a few parts again? I'm so sorry. Won't happen again. This was my first project. Whew! Was I ever nervous. What a relief it's over. Right? Having 32 megs means we can use a lot of graphics. Using a lot of graphics means we have to create a lot of graphics. Well, it was hard work, but it sure was fun. Some of these things are very dated. I just helped the Chrono Trigger team a teeny bit. Good job, guys. Hey, Pizzazo. I can't even remember the last time I cut my hair. Look how long it is. Better get myself to a barber. Did you figure out my Poyozo dance attack? See you again in another game soon. I think that's a white stone. I can't remember for sure. Can I? Nope. They're like, no, you can't do anything. I think I got everything else. Let's go in the room. Nope. Is this not something I can open? Alright. Did we get everything? That's true. That was more like, I don't know, early 2000s. Maybe it was and we just didn't know about it. You can go down the stairs to the Epic. But you can use them. Okay. They have auto run on and it's really disorienting. Kitty! There are more than 10 endings. Have you seen them all? The ending you get depends on when you challenge Lavos. This is just, like, I know I'm over top of it, but it's just an oil barrel. Better find the switch soon, or it'll all go up in flames. I don't know, is it over here? This is a weird-shaped room. Weird-shaped non-existence. Can I go down? Okay, I think that's all of them. Can enter the door. Should be able to get to the statue outside the portal room. We did get to the statue. It just kept bouncing me back and forth and telling me that every storm has its end. I don't think I can open this door. I checked both the... See, we went out here, and then this changes the music and everything, too. No storm lasts forever. Even eternity must come to an end, I think. Thank you for your words of wisdom. I hate that chanting music. I'm gonna go outside there. There we go. Talk to old man. Old man. Well then, open the gates to the dream team. Ah. Oh, they made themselves little characters. Akira Toriyama. Hey, Sasuke, Kikya. Pop's working on games too. Are you seeing this? Isn't it great? Now run along and play, boys and girls. I have nothing better to do than read this. Listen. This is an awful, you know, judgy present. Wow, the years sure do fly by. This game was first released in 1995. Guess what? I hit the 100,000 yen jackpot. Congratulations, buddy. Boy, it used to be that I'd get thinner after each game. Now I'm gaining weight instead. Ugh, I must be getting old. Congratulations on finishing the game. You're now a member of the Dream Team. And since you blew through the game so fast, we've adjusted the credits to suit your style. I appreciate that. So that was super cool. I'm glad I got to do that on stream. I was real worried. I had actually, honestly, if you guys hadn't asked for it, I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not. It's too much pressure. Can't do it. Not with only one New Game Plus. No thanks. And then you guys were like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. There aren't enough lucky cats in the world. Ending number 3, the Dream Project. Clear count 2 times. Save game completion data? Sure. Sure. Alright. Thanks for all the hints in the chat. It's hard for me to keep, like, because it's streaming too. Like, it's different when you're playing the game by yourself, if that makes any sense. Like, it's different when you're playing a game by yourself and you don't have so many things to think about, but when you're trying to, like, keep track of a chat, and it's also a really fast-paced, fast-moving battle and everything, it's a lot. So thanks for hanging in there. Oh no, your tabs. Yeah, man, I love this game. It's just such a good game. And, like, you can't... I don't think, for me at least, I can't overstate how important it was for me, like, to find this game. It made me a gamer. It really did. And coming back to it time and time again, because there are normally several years between my playthroughs. So, coming back to it time and time again and finding it still so nice. You're supposed to go to bed in 2 hours. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to call it. It's over 3 hours anyway. I normally only stream for 4, so I'll probably just call it. We have to figure out... I did put on my... I believe it's on my About. You know how they have the little mini figures. There's my Discord. Also, I think, I don't know, I'm pretty sure Rex is still here. Rex can toss the Discord up for me if he wouldn't mind. And I'm on the Discord pretty regularly. I have lists of games and stuff that I have. I was thinking of making Sundays kind of a retro thing, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I can stream, doing a different game. Thank you, Rex. Also, I wanted to... Can I do it this way? Gift to take number 3. Gift a subscription. That give me a random... That gave me a random one. That's okay. Oh, gift to a specific leader. I also wanted to do this because... C-A... Why am I dumb? Because it's OR. Subscription. OR. It really is going to make me type it all out. There are a suspicious number of ORCUS POCUS 12. There we go. I was trying it, it's different from the Steam interface. Let's go back to, you guys can't see any of that, but it doesn't crash. But it doesn't crash the game. Alright. What is under extras? Sound, ending log, illustrations. Aw, I didn't know this was here. That's pretty neat. Dungeon battle. These were contained within like the little booklets and stuff. So, yes, Orcus, that's for the help, for keeping me on track and stuff during the fight. I think Zach got one from Rex a little while ago, I'm not sure. And then we've got a bunch of people all hanging out. Makes me really happy. Alright, I think I'm gonna cut it here, but let's see if we have somebody to raid. Let's go ahead and close this. Nerdlaze is playing House Flipper again. There is one in my community that's live called Rockers Gaming. It's a young kid. He has Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, and he plays games a lot. I think he's doing, Minecraft the last time I watched any of it. He's very wholesome and, you know, just a young kid who's living his life, trying to live his dreams. So, if you guys are headed out, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and raid Rockers Gaming. So, I think that would be a nice thing to do. He seems like a real nice kid. But, good night to everybody. Stay safe. I will see you on Tuesday. This is the dumbest setup ever. I don't know why I have to manage so many things.